All right, class, today we're going to be going over the ending movements of the Sai Kumite kata. You've been learning this in class, and you did the series up to the moves where your opponent with the bow gives you a kick, knocks you on the ground, and then you come back up and you do a couple of blocks with the sai, and now you're facing your opponent again. So if you need to review those earlier sections, go back a week or two in our videos or go to our YouTube channel and you can see the earlier parts of the Sai Kumite kata. But let's work now on the last few series. So after we did the series where the opponent knocks the sai person down, they come back up and they're ready for the next attacks. In this case, the person with the bow does a reverse strike swinging at the head. It comes at the side, so we duck to get away from that strike. But then they come back with an overhead strike. And as we come up, we give an X block to block against that overhead strike. And remember to keep your thumbs in the strong position on the sai and to have the sai on the correct angle so that if your block is not strong enough to stop the bow movement right away, the force that this bow comes down in will only connect the sai together to slide them right in so they get into that locked position. If your sai is in the wrong position, if the prongs are side to side, then you have the chance of your hand getting hit by the sai itself on the way down. So always turn it in the position where it will lock in if the sai come together. So let's do that again. The opponent swings at the head, we duck down, we avoid it, we come right up with a block. And now we're going to push their bow away. So we bring it in slightly and then shove it away and bring our sai out. And with a shuffle in, swing around with a double strike towards the temple, both sai at the same time. Here it is again. The swing comes to the head, we duck, we come up with the X block. Then we push it away with a shuffle in and a double strike. When you're ducking, keep your eye on your opponent. Duck and watch them. You see that overhead strike is starting. You open your sai up here when you're down. Now as you come up, you get your block. Now you push away, slide in for that double hit. The opponent's defense, the person with the bow, is just to shuffle away, to not be close enough for those strikes to reach them. So the sai person moves in, the bow person moves back on the last part of that series. All right, next attack. Person with the bow is going to thrust in again at you. So this is similar to the earlier thrust they did, but in this case, we're going to step back and do a hooking block. So we put the sai along the arm here. It's all right if the sai is up because we're really trying to get that straight hooking motion. Think of a circular or half circular movement to cover your body. So our right foot's forward at first, so we step back and block with the left and pull it all the way out to the side so that that opponent's bow will miss your body. Now step back and do the hook block again, going on the other side. So now it's blocking with the right hand. So again, we start with the right foot forward. Here's those hook blocks. The thrust comes in, they're aiming at the ribs. We hook block away, we step back and hook block away on the second movement. All right, so those are the two moves in Sai Kumite that you want to add on. And we're going to go to the next ones as well. Next move is opponent striking at the head, and they're doing a side strike coming to the left side of your head, and you're going to open up your right hand and come straight across the block. So it's a very powerful hitting block. Make sure your thumb's in the right position, hit and block their bow. Then step back and block their bow again on the other side with the left hand. So the next one is just two blocks, shuffling back slightly on the first one and stepping back and blocking there. So the opponent with the bow is swinging to one side of your head and then swinging to the other side of your head and making two blocks right there. All right, next series is the last series of the kata, where your opponent is swinging a reverse strike at your ribs. They're aiming over here. So we move back slightly and get our sai in the correct position along the arm. Remember to keep it on that outside part of the arm there so that you get a proper block. And bend the elbow in, keep the sai against your body. That's a strong block. You're blocking against that reverse strike. The opponent comes around on the other side with a side strike, so we step back again and do that same block on the other side. Now here's where it gets interesting, because after this block, we're going to immediately extend our arm over and hook around on their bow, turn your side towards them and pull it down. Your side will hook right onto their bow, right in that prong on the side of your hand. Watch again. First block, right in place. Second block comes back and blocks. And that one hooks around, so you've got their bow wrapped up in your arm, and now you hook it down with your side. So you've essentially captured their bow and holding it tight against your body. Now you're going to lift your right hand up and open the side, and coming down with a hit, you're aiming towards the opponent's hand. Now in the kata, we don't want to hit their hand, we hit on their bow. So it's going to be a hit 1 and then a hit 2. So you're hitting towards both hands. 1, 2. So essentially that would be disarming them, making them let go of the bow. In reality, you hit their actual hand. In the bow kata, bow against sai kata, you hit the bow. 1, 2. Then pull the bow back, so you're pulling it out away from your body. They can't hold it anymore, so it easily comes out, and you pull the bow and put it behind you. Always get it behind you so the opponent can't get it again. And keep your other side out in front. So even after you've done those 2 hits, keep that side pointing at them. You want to keep your opponent at bay. Even as we've taken their bow out, it's behind us. That side is still pointing at them. Now step forward into a guard with your both side open in front, and then step forward once more. Your opponent with the bow surrenders at that point. They've got no weapon, and you've got the side. So at the last move, after your last guard, you're preparing to finish the kata. You close the sai up, you come back to attention, and you bow. Both people bow. The person who had the bow, now of course doesn't have it, they bow as well. So let's do those 4 series again, the last 4 of bow sai kumite. So here it comes. First, the opponent swings past your head and you duck, and then you come up with the next block, push away, and then come in with your double strike, and then back to guard. Now your opponent does a thrust, and you step back, give yourself a little more distance, a little more time, so you can get your hook block. And step back, second one, hook block. Now the opponent's going to strike at the head, and we slide back with a block hitting to the inside, and then again against their 2 head strikes, and then back to guard. Now the last series, the opponent swings to side strike to your right side, and you block with your right hand. To the left side, block with your left hand. Hook around, circling that arm over, and then hook your sai down. So you've got it tight in against your arm. Your arm's wrapped around it. The sai's helping to hold it in. Now step in with a hit towards one hand, hit towards the other hand. Of course, just hit the bow. Now keep the side pointed at them as you get rid of the bow behind you. And then step forward with the guard 1 and 2. Then come to attention and bow. So that completes the bow sai kumite kata. Make sure you have watched the earlier kata training videos that have you doing the first part of bow sai kumite. There's also been a video with the complete bow sai kumite kata with 2 people performing it, and now the ending of the bow sai kumite kata as well. Work on it in class with your senseis, work on the moves by yourself, so that when you get with a partner, you'll remember what you need to do. Keep up the good work, keep on training.